Congratulations on completing Module 1. Throughout this journey, we have really covered some profound concepts. And now it's time to kind of bring all that together and really understand the foundation pieces that you've put in place. Think of this as a friendly chat, and we're revisiting the key ideas and going to delve a little bit deeper into each one to see how they fit and create this powerful framework for success. So, the first step to achieving any form of success, be it in your career, your personal life, or any other endeavor, is cultivating the right mindset. It's like laying the foundation of a house. Without a solid base, everything else you build can become unstable. So, what are those key components of a winning mindset? First, there's thoughts and attitudes. Our thoughts shape our reality. Have you ever noticed how a bad day often starts with just one negative thought? On the flip side, a positive attitude can turn challenges into opportunities. By consciously choosing optimistic and empowering thoughts, you set the tone for your actions and reactions throughout the day. Let me make this a little more personal. Imagine waking up thinking, today is going to be a disaster. And we've all woken up feeling that way sometimes. Chances are you'll subconsciously make choices that confirm that belief. But if you start your day with, I'm excited about the possibilities today brings, you're more likely to notice and seize opportunities. Next, it's how do we talk to ourselves? The conversations you have with yourself matter. We all have that inner voice guiding us and saying sometimes it's a cheerleader and other times it's a critic. Actually, probably more times it's a critic than it is a cheerleader. By becoming aware of your self-talk and steering it towards encouragement and positivity, you build confidence and resilience. Think about this. Next time you catch yourself thinking, I can't handle this, I want you to stop for a second and rephrase it. This is challenging, but I can find a way through it. Such a simple shift can change your entire approach to the problem, but you have to catch yourself. And lastly, it's the comfort with success. Believe it or not, success can be intimidating. It's not uncommon to feel uneasy about achieving great things. Maybe it's the fear of the added responsibility, or perhaps the worry of outgrowing certain relationships. Either way, recognizing and addressing these feelings allows you to raise your success ceiling and reach higher than you ever thought possible. Have you ever downplayed an accomplishment or shied away from the recognition? It's essential to embrace your success fully. They're stepping stones to even greater achievements. So let's dive a little deeper into the lessons that we covered, adding a little more color and maybe some personal insights to each one. So the first, you put down the foundation. You had to define what success means to you. And I hope you've written that out. I hope you've reviewed it throughout the session, and you'll continue to come back to it. Again, that is your foundation. So first, we have to prepare our mind for that prosperity. Think like a winner. And in order to do that, you're going to embrace your humanity. We all make mistakes. It's part of being human. Instead of striving for unattainable perfection, focus on continued growth. When you accept your flaws, you free yourself from the fear of failure because you know that you're not going to hit 100%, right? Even the best in the world, batting 300 is great. You're going to fail. Recognize that, but it's not really failure. That's an event, and it's going to be that stepping stone to that success. Remember a time when maybe you messed up at work or in your personal life. Instead of beating yourself up, what if you saw that as a learning opportunity? This shift not only reduces stress, but also propels you forward. Set specific goals. Having vague goals is like setting out on a journey without a destination. Sometimes that can be fun, but eventually it gets kind of boring and you don't even know which way you're going. The more precise you are, the easier it is to map out the steps to get there. So instead of saying, I want to be successful, go back to your definition. Define what success looks like to you. Is it starting your own business, getting a promotion? Once you know, you can plan accordingly. Next, it's going to be about balancing ambition and realism. It's fantastic to aim high, but setting unattainable goals can lead to frustration. Find that sweet spot where your goals challenge you, but they're still within reach. Think about this. If you're new to public speaking, setting a goal to speak at a major conference next month might be a little overwhelming and beyond your reach. Instead, aim to speak at a local event first, building your confidence and experience. The next challenge and the next thing we want to work on is welcoming compliments. As you begin to succeed, people are going to begin to recognize that, and they're going to compliment you. The easiest thing for you to do, and what we tend to fall into a trap of doing, is self-deprecating. Yeah, but, oh, thank you, but, I got lucky. No, you have to learn to accept praise. Accepting praise can sometimes feel awkward, but it's crucial for building self-esteem. When someone acknowledges your efforts, let it sink in and motivate you further. So next time somebody compliments you, resist the urge to deflect it. Instead, smile and say, thank you. I really appreciate that. Now, we also have to recognize diverse forms of prosperity. Each one of us will have our own unique definition of success. And it's not all financial, even though a lot of times it's tied to some type of financial gain. Success isn't a one-size-fits-all. It's not just about wealth or status. It can be about personal growth, relationship growth, or contributions to the community. Think about what makes you feel fulfilled. It could be mentoring others, creating art, or volunteering. Recognize these as valid and valuable forms of success. So however you've defined it, that's what success means. Don't let other people define it for you. Now, in the next lesson, we talked about raising the expectations for yourself. How do we do that? First of all, we have to force ourselves to do difficult things. Growth happens outside of your comfort zone. Tackling challenges builds resilience and expands your capabilities. Is there something that you've been avoiding because it's hard? Maybe it's learning a new skill or having a tough conversation. Commit to taking that first step. Take action. Action overcomes just about everything else. Expand your comfort zone. The more you expose yourself to new experiences, the less intimidating they become. Over time, things that once scared you may even become enjoyable. But you won't know until you try them, repeat them, and things like that. You have to try something new. Get out of that comfort zone. Try something new this week. Maybe take a cooking class, join a meetup group, or explore a new part of town. Take a new route to work, a new route to church. Take a whole different route. Just go down that road that you've always passed by, but you never knew will happen. What's actually down there? So challenge yourself. Set personal challenges that excite you. They don't have to be monumental. Even small dares can boost your confidence. For example, challenge yourself to read a book a week or to write in a journal every day for a month. Once you start doing that new activity, you'll be surprised at how that begins to snowball and catch on and start to change your outlook on things. Learn new things. Knowledge is empowering. The more you learn, the more confident and adaptable you become. I was listening to something the other day. Dan Martell was talking about if you go into a really wealthy neighborhood and you go into those houses, I'm going to bet you're going to find a library full of books where they have learned and continue to study things. Where maybe down the street in that apartment complex or wherever, more than likely you're going to find bigger TVs than you are libraries of books. Focus on knowledge building, right? Learning doesn't stop when you get out of school. In fact, that just sets the foundation and teaches you how to learn. Now it's on you to start to learn and grow yourself. Enroll in an online course or pick up a hobby that you've always been curious about, but stretch yourself, learn new things. All right, then we started talking about how do we overcome our discomfort with success. Well, first of all, we have to identify if we're self sabotaging. Sometimes, without even realizing it, we undermine our own efforts due to our fear or insecurity. So, we have to really keep a check on ourselves. Reflect on times when you've procrastinated or given up on a goal. Was fear of success playing a role in that when you gave up? We have to attack these negative beliefs. We all have limiting beliefs that hold us back. The key is to recognize them and challenge them, because every thought that comes into our mind is not truth, right? Some of it is a protection. Your mind is built to protect itself and to protect you, but sometimes it's protecting you from going on. There's no real actual consequence other than that you're going to stretch yourself out of your comfort zone. So if you think, I'm not smart enough to start my own business, ask yourself, is that really true? What evidence do I have to the contrary? If you've never started a business, okay, cool, but that doesn't mean that you can't. You can learn, you can take the necessary steps, you can do everything necessary to start a business. Create an appealing vision of success. Your vision of success should excite you, not intimidate you. Customize it to fit your values and desires. If necessary, go back through those lessons where we started setting those goals, creating vision boards. Get that clear picture of where you're headed and what you're trying to accomplish. Close your eyes and imagine your ideal successful life. What does it look like? How do you feel? Use this version as motivation. And then we talked about eliminating your fear of failure. Embrace failure as part of success. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the journey towards it. We have to shift our mindset. When something doesn't go as we plan, we have to see it as feedback rather than a setback, right? I tried that. It didn't work. That means I need to try something else. I tried this. That didn't work. I need to try something else. It's not a failure. It's an event. It's not who you are. It's an event. Understand that failure is temporary. Just because you failed once doesn't mean you'll fail every time. Each attempt brings you closer to success. I remember there was this game that I used to play with my dad when I was little. It's called Twixt, Twixt. You can look it up online. And it was this strategy game. You'd think that this was pretty easy. And my dad's methodology was that he wasn't going to intentionally let me win because I didn't learn anything that way. And I can remember I would play him and I would lose, and I would play him and I would lose. But every single time I got a little bit closer and I got a little bit closer. And then all of a sudden I started to beat him. I started to win a few games. That didn't mean I didn't win all of them, but every time I learned something new and I applied it to what I was, did I get frustrated? Absolutely. I was a kid, but I learned a valuable lesson. You have to keep trying and keep learning until you succeed. That's what the life is all about. You know, think of a famous figure like Thomas Edison, who saw each failed attempt as a step closer to the invention of the light bulb. That's the kind of resilience that you need in order to accomplish the success that you're after. So you got to take action despite the fear. Courage isn't the absence of fear, but the willingness to act in spite of it. Remind yourself of past times when you overcame fear and how rewarding it was. You have to stay present. Worrying about the future robs you of the present moment. Focus on what you can do right now. Quit worrying about tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself. You can't worry about the past. It's done and gone. You can't do anything to change it. The only time you have, the only productive thing that you can do is focus on the now. What can I do right now to take that step towards the goal that I want to accomplish? And the last part is practice. When anxiety creeps in, take a deep breath, ground yourself by paying attention to your surroundings, and practice. Just keep doing it. Okay? So now let's talk about how all these pieces fit together into a comprehensive framework that can guide you toward the success you desire. First of all, self-awareness. At the core of this framework is understanding yourself, your thoughts, your beliefs, your fears, your desires. Self-awareness allows you to identify areas of growth and recognize patterns that either propel you forward or hold you back. But this self-awareness will help you because you understand you're not just going at it blindly. You're going at it with a intention and a purpose. Regularly set aside time for reflection, whether it's through journaling or meditation or thoughtful conversation. But you always have to understand, where am I and where am I going? Where am I? Where am I going? The next piece, mindset mastery. Cultivating a positive and resilient mindset is crucial. This means actively choosing thoughts and attitudes that are going to support your goals. You're going to need to surround yourself with positivity. Read uplifting books, listen to motivational podcasts, and spend time with people who inspire you. You have to put more positivity in, because if you don't, the path of least resistance will always lead you to the negative. Everything that you do must be intentional in order to set that mindset, and you have to continue it. There was a book called The 5 a.m. Club. Read it. It's a great book, and it talks about that it takes 66 days for something to become ingrained in your habits, your personality, all that kind of stuff. 66 days. So continue doing these things for 66 days. Even if you don't feel like anything's happening, it is internally. The next part is the third one, goal setting and visualization. Having clear, achievable goals gives you direction. Visualizing success makes it feel more attainable and keeps you motivated. Create a vision board with images and words that represent your goals. Place it somewhere where you'll see it every day. The bathroom mirror is a great place, but also put some things like in your car. Places where you're going to look, that it's just going to be that constant reminder of the things that you're working toward in order to succeed. Now, embracing challenges is number 4. Stepping out of your comfort zone is where real growth happens. By taking on challenges, you build confidence and discover new strengths. So I want you to identify one area where you can push your boundaries and make a plan of attack and tackle it. Okay? And then that helps you come to the 5th one, overcoming your fears. That last step, you're going to have some fear that you need to overcome in order to accomplish it. But action overcomes fear. Fear of failure or success can be paralyzing. Recognizing and confronting these fears is essential to moving forward. Consider speaking with a mentor or coach or therapist who can provide guidance and strategies to help you manage that fear. Number 6. Continuous learning and adaptability. The world is constantly changing, and being open to learning keeps you relevant and adaptable. Commit to learning something new regularly, whether it's daily, weekly, or monthly. Listen to books, audiobooks, read books, listen to tapes, take a course. Do things intentionally that are going to continue to expand your brain and expand your experience. 7. Positive relationships. We've all heard that you are going to be like the 5 people that you hang around the most. Now, that's a good thing or it can be a bad thing. Look at the people that you're hanging around with and decide, is that the life that you really want? Not saying they're bad people, they just don't have what you want. And they're not going to understand why you're trying to achieve the things that you're achieving, right? You have to step out and lead that pack. And you're going to be the example. Surrounding yourself with supported and like-minded individuals amplifies your efforts. So join community groups where you can share experiences and gain encouragement. So I want to talk about some items or some things that we can do to kind of self-reflect and ask ourselves again, as we continue to grow this foundation of what does success mean to us, this foundational success mindset. So again, number 1, define what success means to you. Take some time, define it on your terms. It's financial, a happy family, whatever it is, write it down. The next one, how does my current thinking affect my success? Reflect on your thoughts today. Are they generally positive or negative? And how have your beliefs shaped your actions and outcomes in the past? Next, ask yourself, how can I maintain a positive mindset when facing challenges? You got to identify some strategies that are going to work for you. It's personal. It's unique to you. However, You're going to need to decide, how am I going to face challenges and keep a positive mindset? Maybe it's through exercise or talking to a friend. Think about a difficult time in the past. What helped you get through it? Practice that. So the next one, ask yourself, who's my favorite winner? And what can I learn from them? Choose someone you admire and analyze their journey. Read autobiographies, read biographies, read things about people that have overcome challenges and how they did it. You're going to relate to somebody or parts of each individual that you read about and make some of that your own. Boy, I can adopt that. I can do that. The next one is, ask yourself, are you comfortable with being highly successful? Explore any reservations you may have about being success. You've got to address them now. Write about what scares you about success and challenge those fears. And to what degree do I fear failure? Acknowledge your fears, face them. Imagine what your life would look like if fear wasn't an issue and wasn't holding you back. Okay? So moving forward, in the next module, we're going to talk about overcoming limiting beliefs. So the next step is we're going to be identifying and overcoming those limiting beliefs and what may be still holding you back. What you can expect is that we're going to take a deep dive into beliefs, understand how beliefs are formed and how they influence your reality. And practical tools, you're going to learn techniques to reframe and replace those limiting beliefs and empowering ones. Build on the foundation you've established to reach new levels of success. So what are your next steps? First, engage in the self-reflection that we talked about. Set aside dedicated time to ponder the expanded self-reflection questions that I just mentioned. Be honest and compassionate with yourself. Next, if you're not already a part of our Mindset for Growth Collective community, join the Mindset for Growth Collective community, share your insights, and learn from others. When we start conversations with like-minded individuals, you're going to find ways that you can use that and leverage it for your growth. So start conversations about your experiences and overcoming your fears. And next, to prepare for the next module, start noting any recurring negative thoughts or beliefs. And I want you to stay curious. Approach the next module with an open mind, ready to challenge and change. Embracing a success-oriented mindset is a transformative process. You're not going to flip a switch. It's going to require patience, persistence, and practice. But remember, you're not alone in this journey. Each step you take not only brings you closer to your goals, but also inspires those around you. So let's keep this conversation going. If you have questions or thoughts, feel free to reach out or comment below. Your insights could be exactly what someone else needs to hear. And share your success stories. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small. I want to hear about them. They're milestones on your path to greatness. I want you to stay inspired, stay motivated, and remember, the sky isn't the limit. It's just the beginning. I'll see you in the next module.